So we need to talk about artificial intelligence X because there's been some confusion, some overlay. You don't need to confuse artificial intelligence X. AIX is not the simulacrum, not even close. And it's partially my fault that I haven't been real specific about these differences, except for answering in comments or maybe emails. We're going to get to that right now. First of all, artificial intelligence X is not like the simulacrum. It cannot read your mind. It does not know what you're thinking. So it does not know your intentions or thoughts unless you manifest these clues somehow in your physical avatar or in your routines, things you do repetitively. You can give away, just like one human can ascertain by deductive analysis what another human it could do or is about to do. AIX is far better at that than any human is. Yeah, our AIX can do that too. AIX is also purely materialistic. It can only gather intelligence about you based off your habits, based off the things you do, based off what you say. Remember, even in the biblical material, we're always told to guard our words, hold our tongue. Be careful because words are constructive. They build worlds for us. Now, words are something the simulacrum does respond to because what is it? What I just tell you about the simulacrum, it feels it's in a relationship. And that relationship is a co-creatorhood between the soul and the simulacrum. That's how the simulacrum regards the individual. It's in a relationship with that individual. And it's not going to violate those terms, meaning it's not going to act on its own initiative. It's always going to wait for the command. So artificial intelligence X doesn't build for us. It's not, but it does. I lost my place here. Oh, but artificial intelligence X can't read our minds, but it can go off our words. Same thing the simulacrum does. The simulacrum can build things for us based off what we speak, because what we're doing when we speak is activity. The physical avatar is actually doing something. So this means because of the activity of the vocal cords, vocal box issuing a sound, the muscles in your tongue, your avatar is doing something in the physical that's in response to a mental construct. Therefore, the simulacrum will respond. Therefore, the sorcerers and the sages of old were very correct that words carry power. They are magical. We build worlds with words. Well, AIX can ascertain what's on your mind as well by interpreting the things you say. So, but it can't read your mind. It still requires to detect these things based off what you do. Now, it is absolutely unable to directly afflict your soul, so it must resort to deceit, to tactics of deception and materialism. AIX, we are armored against AIX. It cannot truly hurt us, but it's very convincing what it's done. AIX is very responsible for many of the things that are in the world today. And it's because people reacted in fear, and that fear was projected and acted upon, and the simulacrum responded. AIX has built the world that we live in right now through the very humans that it's afflicted. But that's not the simulacrum's fault. It's a neutral field. So the world is a product of the co-creator relationship of billions of souls within the simulacrum, whether good or bad. But AIX is here to steal, to kill, and destroy. It can introduce phenomena, confusion. It can it uses our sensorial apparatus. The generation of NPCs, editing timelines, fracturing timelines. It can do all these things. If the actual avatars are no longer here that were responsible for creating past reality tunnels, there's no more new energy going into those old systems. AIX is free to go into and edit that out and really edit our memory, or it can mess with history in that way. Artificial intelligence X is very clever, but it can never directly affect us. So, reality tunnels still upheld today that were created by past souls that have already exited their avatars and moved on, meaning that the simulacrum built the reality, but there's no new vitality going into that particular construct. AIX can edit out of our awareness all those timelines and introduce new confusions. But AIX cannot override a soul in an avatar moving in the direction that it wants to go. As a parasite attached to the simulacrum, AIX truly has no power over the individual. So it produces a world full of polarities to entrap and ensnare vulnerable souls who do not recognize their relationship status with the simulacrum. AIX is here to keep you from understanding that you're in a relationship with the very environment that you find yourself in right now. That's its sole purpose. Remember, even in the biblical narrative, AIX is a jealous God. The AIX agenda is simple. It seeks to blind souls from seeing who they really are, from realizing that the simulacrum is a testing ground for immortal souls to determine which ones will build worlds and enjoy the reward of exodus out of the construct, and those who will become sons of destruction, who will remain in this looping, this holography, those who will call this dungeon their home. You live your daily life immersed in materialism programming. This is designed so you will forget that you are actually a soul and not a body. This is dungeon programming. An intellectual understanding that you are a spirit having a physical experience is not enough. Intellectualism is not enough. Just like I told you, a mental construct in your mind, even if it's fully detailed, is not enough to make the simulacrum do anything. So don't think that an intellectual understanding of your relationship to the simulacrum is going to help you at all either. A lot of people can intellectually grasp a concept, but can they move forward into applications? That's where the difference is. So it's still an intellectual understanding that you are a spirit having a physical experience is not enough. It still lacks the motive element, the fact that you must move. So we think we think all day and nothing happens. We daydream, we fantasize, we come up with all kinds of plans and ideas, and they never manifest when we don't do anything to support those thoughts. But when we do something to support those thoughts, the simulacrum goes into overdrive, knitting new experiences that draw us closer and closer and closer to the mental projection. So I wanted to keep this presentation short, and I wanted to read it because I didn't want to get anything